guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So May is my favourite month, not only because I am born in May, but it gets so beautiful around here in May. It's been warmer, all the flowers are out. It's just been really nice weather-wise anyway this month. So I did make a lot of things in May. I have done a lot of pattern instructions for upcoming patterns, which means I get to sew a lot and do a lot of photography, so that's been really fun. So I'm going to share a few of my favourite makes from this month with you now. First up on the mannequin, just to make this video even longer, it's something I didn't actually even sew this month. I forgot to include it in my last month's video, and I meant to because I wanted to share with you or tell you, if you haven't already seen, I did there were 3 videos on how to sew a basic pair of panties, 3 separate videos. One which was how to sew fold over elastic around a waist opening or leg opening, it works either way. How to apply a narrow stretch lace trim around leg openings, and also how to sew encased crotch seams on panties. So the lining, the crotch lining and the crotch main, the front and back pattern pieces, how to sew these sort of 4 pieces together so that all the seams connecting them all together are all hidden inside, so they're not all loose inside the pair of panties. So those videos are around somewhere on my YouTube channel if you want to go check those out. That is why I wanted to show you this pair of panties. So if you do love this fabric though, I did get it from the rag market. If you aren't local to the rag market, that's so unhelpful, I'm very sorry, but I got it from the rag market. The lace is available in my shop, as is the fold over elastic, as always. So on to things I made in May. So as you may be aware, if you've watched some of my other videos, I have released my first free sewing pattern this month and done a few tutorials with the pattern, basically showing you how you can make it a little bit more exciting, because it's just a basic high-waisted pair of panties, but it's a great base for lots of tutorials that I've been doing. So this was the first one that I did, which was adding some style lines. Go and check that video out if you want to make your basic patterns a little bit more interesting, make them a bit more your own, or so they match. I mean, I did this one to match a new bra pattern I've got coming out, but using the same pattern, so I don't have to then make another pattern for the bottom. You can just manipulate one that you already have. So I picked this fabric up from the rag market in Birmingham. It's actually a swimwear fabric, so I've got some plans for some swimsuits with this fabric because it's just so beautiful. It's a really large scale floral print. You don't have to have tiny floral prints for lingerie. You can kind of go a bit more abstract with a bigger print. That's what I love to do anyway. I've combined it with this black and white stripy fabric as well, which I just love the combination at the moment. I've done a few things and I've got a few more things planned when my fabric arrives that I've ordered. So when that comes, I'll be doing a few more sort of black and white stripy floral combinations, because I just love it right now. I think it's really summery, and it's such a contrast. It's so lovely. Black fold over elastic in my shop as always if you do want some, and I can't remember, I think I had this in my stash from a long time ago, this black and white stripy fabric, so I can't remember quite where I got this from. But yeah, so that was the first tutorial I did with my free pattern. I'm going to show you the second one that I did. So this was the second tutorial that I did with my free pattern. It's how to turn a basic pair of panties into a sort of pair of bikini bottoms. So I absolutely love this fabric. I may have squealed slightly when I saw it. It's like this galaxy print in all of my favourite colours with a sort of mermaidy scale, metallic-y, shiny print over the top, and it is just perfection. So I got it from Funki Fabrics in the UK. It is quite expensive. I think it's about £32 if I remember rightly. £32 a metre. I think you can buy half metres. You can buy half metres in most of their stuff. I think you can in this as well. So yes, in this tutorial I basically showed you how you can sew it up with your swimwear elastics, how you disguise those on the inside and top stitch it then with your twin needle, how you can add your swimwear lining into that. So that was a really fun tutorial, and I cannot wait to wear these on my honeymoon. It's possibly my favourite fabric ever. It's so gorgeous. So then of course the natural step was to then combine the 2 tutorials together to create a pair of bikini bottoms with my own style lines on. Little tip if you're planning on doing this too, I've added the style line to the main fabric, but for the lining, because this is swimwear, for the lining you just use the basic pattern piece, so you don't have to cut out all these shapes in your lining as well. So little tip there, if you are planning on doing the same, if that hadn't already occurred to you, which I'm sure it already had, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. So I bought this this fabric, this is the same, it's a different black and white one, but it's the same kind of style that I sort of went for. Black and white stripy fabric. So this is a sort of spandex fabric from Funki Fabrics, as well as this fabric also being from Funki Fabrics with this flamingo tropical print. I literally, it was one of those that you didn't even think twice about, it just went straight in the cart, purchased it straight away, just absolutely loved it. So that was really fun to work with as well. So yeah, Funki Fabrics for both of these fabrics. So I used my swimwear elastics on the inside, the same as I did with my Bikini Bottoms tutorial, and the lining, which I've also mentioned before, is a white swimwear lining, which I just much prefer to sort of nudie sort of skin tone one, and that I bought from an eBay shop, which I will link down below for you. So very quickly before we move on to bras, because I made so many bras this month, I made a pair of my Esme Panties, which is the sort of fabric at the front with a full lace back. But not only does it have a full lace back, which is a gorgeous little detail, but it's got a sort of crossover detail at the front here where the lace overlaps the fabric at the side. So you've got sort of, especially on this side, you can still see the print a little bit through the lace, which just looks really sweet. So I used this lace that is in my shop. It's been such a popular lace because it is just so beautiful. And yeah, it's black. I do have a white one very similar, which I'm about to list in my Etsy shop. Yeah, so for the fabric I actually used a scuba. So I've combined here scuba. Every time I say scuba it reminds me of that bit in Along Came Polly. Do you know which bit I mean? Anyway, so I've used this scuba fabric from Fabric Styles. Absolutely gorgeous. It's the same one that I used for my Jamie bodysuit, which has just been released. Go and get it if you want. It's there now, it's finally available. So yeah, it's the same fabric as that. It's, yeah, scuba, which is nice. It's really nice. I wanted to see if I could combine scuba with lace successfully, other than sort of doing lace overlays, which I've done with scuba, but actually really, really nice. And I just love the prints that you can find on scuba fabrics at the moment. So I combine the two and I think it really, really works, and they are really comfortable as well. So yeah, gorgeous lace back, crossover at the side, and then this sort of dark floral. Love a dark floral. Okay, onto bras. This is the bra that I kind of wanted these to match. This was the style that's actually in this video where I showed you how you can add style lines onto a basic pattern. This was the bra that I've shown you that I wanted it to match. This is my Zoe bra. It's spelled like a little kiss and a hug, which looks really sweet when you write it down, but it's pronounced Zoe. And yeah, so it's basically just got this panel across the top, which you can do sort of a contrast fabric in, or you can do it sheer with either lace or a power net, stretch mesh, that sort of thing. So it's quite versatile really, but it's still just a basic shape, and I love it. So I can't wait to release this one. I'm kind of speeding this one through, so look out for this bra in the next couple of months. So fabric I've already mentioned, Rag Market, can't remember, and the elastics, back closures and bow that I've used. You can buy a kit from my shop that has all the elastic, so it's got strap elastic, stop wobbling, it's distracting me, strap elastic, fold over elastic, a plush pico elastic, knicker elastic, rings, sliders, a back closure, and 2 bows, and they come in black and a light ivory. So if you have all your fabrics and you just need all the elastics, back closure, accessories for your bra, then you can just purchase one of these kits, and yeah, and there's a black and a light ivory, which is quite useful. So okay, onto something else. So another very exciting pattern that I am working on right now is my Mimi bikini. It's basically just basic sort of style really, but then it's got this cutout styles here and here on the bra. So let me show you the back, and you might have to use your imagination here. They're a little bit big on the bottom. This was a first toile. They do fit me, however, and I am sort of the sample size I go from rather than the mannequin to make sure they actually fit a person. So yeah, it's got 2 straps at the back here. There's going to be a couple of different ways you can sew this. I've got a couple in mind at the moment, including sort of a crossover if the strap, it's got this halter strap at the top here. So I've got a plan for sort of a crossover where it kind of ties and then ties down here, so it's going to be like a cross back. Also maybe a corset style back where it's with this, it's going to be corset style with a bow, if that makes any sense, and then maybe even like a tie back as well, so this comes like really long and then you can tie it. I think I might do that one as well. At the moment, that is the plan. So yeah, just ignore the fact that it's pinned onto the mannequin. It does fit, but this was the first twirl, so I haven't sewn any of the bikini closures on it yet. So it's got this sort of halter style with this strap, and I am filming a tutorial this week on sewing your sort of bra straps, but out of swimwear fabric and elastic. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can do it. It's really, really simple, and it's really satisfying as well when you like pull it all through, but I'll be showing you that method this week if that's something you're interested in. I'll be posting that video hopefully later this week, so that's very exciting, all in preparation for all the swimwear patterns that I'm doing. So yes, a couple more on the way, but yes, this is the first one. This will be my first bikini pattern. Potentially I am working on another one that might beat it to the post, but that's one I've started this month, so I can't show you that one just yet. Okay, so on to some bras I've sewn. This is another new pattern that I'm working on, which I've sewn this month. This is one that has been in my sketchbook for a long, long time, but I was just a bit sort of like, how am I going to do it? It was one of those that you kind of have the idea, but then you have to wait for like the second wave of inspiration on how you're going to create it to hit, and yeah, that hit this month. So this bra is now on the way to being a pattern. So I've mentioned this bra before, even though I'm calling it my 2-in-1 bra. It's actually my Willow Bra, which I mentioned in my last video, which was just the basic style, sort of hidden underneath this lace bit here. It's got so many different ways to sew it. So this is one with the halter style over the top. You can also sew it on the inside, or you can sew them separately. So there's instructions for the halter style on its own. There's also like a wraparound version where it's got like a drop down from this bust seam and then it kind of wraps around. You can sew it with lace. There's a lace long line tutorial as well as a lace overlay tutorial, so there is so many things that you'll be able to do with this pattern. The most exciting of which I think maybe like the wraparound style. I think that's my favourite just because of the little drop down at the bust seam and then it kind of tucks in. It's really, really flattering. I really love it, and that's going to make a good bikini as well. So this is going to be another big pattern. I think a lot of the patterns I've been bringing out recently, I start with just one little doodle and go, yeah, that'll be nice, I'll start that, and then by the time I'm finished it's got 7 different styles, different ways to sew it, different fabric tutorials, and it's just, it kind of snowballs, and each pattern then becomes almost like a little collection in itself, and this pattern has felt like that. I've done all the instructions for it, I've photographed them, put them in on Photoshop, so I've just got to digitize the pattern, and then this one will be on the way soon. So yes, I've used a fabric that I bought from Fabworks. You can't really see it hidden in that bra, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got this really large scale, it's really large floral print on it, and it makes it sort of like really abstracty, and I've been like almost alternating the pattern pieces, so I've put like a pink floral here and then next to the yellowy orangey and then pink, and it's so gorgeous. It's got some beautiful colours in. So yeah, that's from Fabworks. I'll link it all down below. So yeah, that one has been one of my favourite ones to work with this pattern. So yes, that was from Fabworks, and then this lace is available in my shop. It's a wide stretch lace, just about wide enough to do this front pattern piece here, and then this fold over elastic is available in my shop. Again, I mentioned before the elastic kits that you can buy from my shop. So I've used the ivory one for this with the rose gold findings. You do have a choice of which colour findings that you do want to come with your kit, and also if you do need longer, shorter pieces of elastic, more of one thing, more of this, that and the other, that you can request a customised like option and just contact me and let me know what you want and I can sort it out for you. So yes, that is not the last thing. Okay, one more thing. So this is the basic style that's kind of hidden under the halter style that I've just shown you. It's got this lace overlay at the front, which is quite camouflaged really, because it's exactly the same colour as the sort of pink gingham that I've used, so it's quite a subtle little lace detail, which is really nice. And I've done the same on the back. I'm going to hold it in front of me. If you can see it there, it's quite subtle, but it's really sweet. It goes really nicely. So that's the same lace. That's the one from my shop, and I've put it again with my ivory elastics kit. So I got this fabric from Fabric Styles. They've got a bit of a collection of pastel gingham scubas at the moment, and this is the pink one. I also bought the blue one, which is really gorgeous as well. I thought I could maybe use them together, so maybe having like blue at the side on a high-waisted pair of panties, have some little seam lines in, pastel blue gingham at the side, and then maybe have the pink at a 45-degree angle, so it's kind of, I think that might work. I might play around with that. That might look absolutely horrendous, but I think it might be quite nice. So yes, yes, that is everything. If you do want sort of more up to date where I'm getting fabrics from before they sell out, maybe before I get a chance to film this video, then do follow me on Instagram, because I generally tag where the fabric's from or mention it, or you can ask me there. So yeah, that's sort of more up to date. So do follow me on Instagram for more sort of up to date information. But anyway, so yes, that is it. Look out for my strap tutorial that I'll be filming this week for swimwear again. So I will catch you next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.